Yeah, welcome to another calculator and shortcut on correlation and regression. Now this time around, we have to be very patient. If you are curious about correlation and regression, you just have to be patient. Now I'll be using the AND method, and at the same time I'll be using the shortcut method, that is the calculator method. Now the first question says, if you're given this data, find the correlation coefficients and the coefficient of determinant. Now if you check the question given to us, we have what is known as the lowercase. The lowercase, I mean, is small letter x and small letter y, and we have the uppercase. And this one is for capital letter X and capital letter Y. Now it depends. If you see this type of question, you are given the lowercase, small letter x and small letter y, and you are asked to find the correlation coefficients and coefficients of determinants. Now, how are you going to do this? You have to firstly determine which one are you given. Is it small letter or capital letter? Now, let's start. For the lowercase and the uppercase, the formula for correlation coefficients goes thus. You have your correlation coefficient, which is R, to be equals to summation xy over square root of summation x square y square. This is for the lowercase. And for the uppercase, we'll have it to be the same, but it's somehow different. The correlation coefficient for the uppercase, we have R to be equals to n summation x y minus summation x summation y all over, we have into bracket square root of n into bracket summation x square minus summation x all square into the bracket of square root of n summation y square minus summation y all square. Now, these are the formulas for the correlation coefficient for the lowercase and the uppercase. Now we have what is known as coefficients of determinant. Coefficient of determinant is R square. That is, after you already found the lowercase and after you already found the correlation coefficient, then you can get the coefficient of determinant. So the correlation coefficient is R, so coefficient of determinant is R square. So we are good to go. Now let us see some questions. Now talking about this first question, we are given the lowercase. So the solution will now be, for those that want to use the AND to solve, we have the small letter x, we have the small letter y. And the small letter x, let us list the values. And what are the values? You have for the x, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for the y, you have 1, 4, 9, and 16. Now let us use this as summation. Summation of x, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Though we don't need x here, so we may not sum all this. What we need in the formula, don't forget, the correlation coefficient is summation xy all over square root of summation x square y square. So we need xy. So you don't need summation of x. So xy will be 1 times 1, that's 1. 2 times 4, that's 8. Then you have 3 times 9, that's 27. Then you have 4 times 16, that's 64. Then if you add all these together, you have 1 plus 8 plus 27 plus 64. Sorry. 1, you have 1 plus 8 plus 27 plus 64. That's 100. So this one is 100. The summation of xy is 100. Now we need x square. X square means square of this x. That's 1 square will give us 1. 2 square will give us 4. 3 square will give us 9. 4 square will give us 16. Now, what is summation of this x square? You have 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16. And you have it to be 30. So this one is 30. We sum it together. Now we have y square. Y square, you have 1 square to be 1. 4 square to be 16. We have 9 square to be 81. Then we have 16 square to be, that should be 256. That should be 256. Now let us add them together. Now, you have 1 plus 16 plus 81 plus 256. The answer is 354. You have this to be 354. Now, since you have this to be 354, let us go into the solution to this. So the correlation coefficient of this type of question will now be this formula. So now I have it to be summation xy, which is 100, all over square root of x squared, that's 30, multiplied by y squared, that's 354. And you have the answer to be. Now let us press this on the calculator. We have the fraction button here, then 100 all over square root of 30 multiplied by 354. Oh, sorry, let's break it again. We have 100 all over square root of 30 multiplied by 354. Oh, sorry. Why? Calculator is giving the problem. Let's press again. Square root of, sorry, we have 100 all over square root of, we have 30 multiplied by 354. Then we press equals to. The answer is 0.97. 0.97. Now if we have this to be 0.97, then what's our correlation coefficient? That's the second question. Correlation coefficient. That's r square. That means we have 0.97 all square. 0.97 all square. We have the answer. We have it to be 0.94. So this is 0.94. Now, this is how to do the one of the lower case. Now, let us examine other aspects. Let us examine other aspects. Now, another question. Now, imagine you are given something like this. You are given the uppercase. You are given, you have 1, you have 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. Let me use this as summation. Now imagine you are given the uppercase like this. And what's the formula we need? We need xy. We need x squared. We need y squared. So let us find that. Now what is xy? Capital letter X, capital letter Y. And we want to find capital letter X, capital letter Y from this. So we have to multiply X with Y. So that means we have 1 times 5 here to be 5, 2 times 7 to be 14, we have 3 times 9 to be 27, 4 times 11 to be 44, then 5 times 13 to be 65. Now, what's summation of your xy? Summation of xy, if we sum it together, we have 5 plus 14 plus 27 plus 44 plus 65. The answer should give us 155. So you have this will be 155. Then let us see what is x squared and what is y squared. Now the x squared and y squared, we need the x squared. 1 square will be 1, 2 square will be 4, 3 square will be 9, 4 square will be 16, and 5 square will be 25. Now if you sum them together, we have 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 to give us 55. So this is 55. And for the y square, y square, we have 5 square to be 25. We have 7 square to be 49. 9 square to be 81. 11 square to be 121. 13 square to be 169. Now let us add them together. We have 25 plus 49 plus 81 plus 121 plus 169. The answer gives us 445. Now I think those are the things we need, and that's all. Now let's go to the questions. The question asks us to find correlation coefficient. Now the correlation coefficient of this, which is R, don't forget the formula, which is n summation x y minus summation x summation y all over into bracket root of n summation x square minus into bracket summation x all square into bracket root of n summation y square minus summation y all square. Now if we want to insert this, we have R to be, what's our n here? Our n is the number, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. So how do you deduce this? This is 5, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know the numbers of y and numbers of x, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. Then summation xy, that's 155. 155. Then don't forget summation x, summation y. They have different values. Summation x, summation y have different values. So let us open this. We have it is pen issue. Now we have 155 with this. Now summation x we have here. Okay, we need summation x, so we've done this. This one will give us 15. Summation x here will give us 15. Summation y here should give us 45. So let us insert. We have minus into bracket summation x, that's 15, into bracket summation y, that's 45. Then all over into bracket square root of, we have n, that's 5. Then into bracket summation x squared, we have summation x squared here to be 55. minus summation x, which is 15, all square. Square root of, we have n to be 5, into bracket summation y squared, that's 445, minus summation y, which is 45. 45 all what? All square. Close bracket. Now, let us sum this together on the calculator. We have it to be now. We press the fraction button. When we press the fraction button, we have 5. Fraction button, we have 5 into the bracket of 155, close bracket, minus 15 into the bracket of 45. Come to your denominator, open the bracket, square root of, square root of, we have 5 into the bracket of summation x squared, that's 55, minus, we have into bracket 15 all square, close the bracket, open another bracket, we have square root of, that's 5, then into the bracket of 445, close the bracket, minus into bracket of 45, close the bracket, all square, then here close the general bracket, press equals to. Now when you press equals to, you have the answer there to be what? To be 1. So the answer here is equals to 1. So our r is equals to 1. Now since r is equals to 1, then if you are to find the coefficient of determinant here, which is equals to what? R squared. And that will be 1 into bracket square. So the answer is still what? 1. The coefficient of determinant is still 1. So that's the difference. But there are some cases whereby you'll be given this uppercase. For those of you that you'll be using hand to solve, there are some cases whereby you'll be given this uppercase, and the examiner will tell you to use the lowercase. Now, how will you be able to do that? If I want to change all this uppercase to lowercase, now follow me. Don't forget what I have initially is this. Now, my lowercase x is equals to capital letter X minus the mean of the uppercase of x. Small case of y is equals to capital letter Y minus the uppercase minus the mean of the y. Now, how will you find the mean of x from what you are given? Mean is summation x over n. Now, what is the x you are given? These are the x we are given. So, we are going to have the x, that is for the uppercase. We have the summation 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 all over n. The total number is 5. And the summation of this is 15 over 5. So you have this to be what? To be 3. Yeah. So the same thing applicable to y. So if we want to do y bar, y bar will be summation y over n. So I don't need to sum it again because we already have all the summation of what? Summation of y here. And the answer is 45. So that will be 45 over the numbers of n, which is 5. And the answer is what? Is 9. Now, this is how to do this. Now, if you want to continue with this, so we now need to bring up our x here. Now, how will you bring out your small letter x? Small letter x can be brought by saying, I told that small letter x here is capital letter Y minus your what? Your x bar. And what's the x bar? We got x bar here to be what? To be 3. The x bar here we got is what? Is 3. Now this will not be, you'll not be having it to be, you'll be subtracting this x from what? You'll be subtracting this x bar from this x. That means this place we have 1 minus 3 here to be minus 2. We have 2 minus 3 here to be minus 1. We have 3 minus 3 to be 0. We have 4 minus 3 to be what? To be 1. And we have 5 minus 3 to be 2. What again we need? We need y bar. Small letter y. Small letter y. And what's our capital letter y? What's our y bar? Our y bar we got from here is 9. So y bar we got is 9. So for us to get all the values of small letter y, all the values of small letter y will now becomes, that'll be this y, that's 5 minus 9, that's minus 4. 7 minus 9, that's minus 2. That's 9 minus 9, that's 0. 11 minus 9, that's 2. Then 13 minus 9, that is 4. Don't forget, we are converting the uppercase to what? To the lowercase. And therefore the formula will change. Though there is the same thing, but there are some examiner that mandates you to use the lowercase, and you'll be given the uppercase values. Now, what we need next is xy. What is xy from the formula? Now that's minus 2 times minus 4, that's 8. Plus 1 times minus 2, that's 2. 0 times 0, that's 0. 1 times 2, that's 2. 2 times 4, that's 8. Now summation of x bar will now be 20. Summation of xy will now be 20. Next one we need is x square and y square. Small letter x square and small letter y square. Now small letter x square, don't forget we are using the lowercase. Minus 2 square will give us 4. Minus 2 square will give us 4. Then minus 1 square will give us 1. 0 square will give us 0. 1 square will give us 1. Then 2 square will give us 4. Now summation of this will be equal to what? 10. Now y bar. Y bar is minus 4 square will give us 16. Minus 2 square will give us 4. 0 square will give us 0. 2 square will give us 4. 4 square will give us 16. Now summation of y square here will now be equals to, this one will give us 20, that's 40. Now, we now need to find we now need to use this data. This same data for the what? For the question. Now, because, don't forget, we've already used the uppercase to find the answer. And for you to know that they have the same answer, that is, they have the same value. So let me now use the other case as well to find the answer, that is the lower case. Now, for us to use the lowercase formula for the coefficients of determinants, all right, for the coefficients, and for the correlation coefficients rather, for the correlation coefficients, now we have it to be that summation xy over root of summation x square y square. Don't forget this is lowercase this time around, and this becomes summation xy here from here is what? Is 20. So now this will be 20 all over square root of summation x square. We have the x square here to be 10 and y square here to be 40. So we now have it to be 10 multiplied by 40. Now if you press this on the calculator, that's press on the calculator, the fraction button, 20 all over square root of, that's 10 multiplied by 40. The answer here is 1. Can you see the answer is 1? So this is 1 when we use the what? The lowercase. And what we got here as well is what? Is 1 for the correlation coefficient of the what? Of the uppercase. And at the same time, the coefficients of determinant, the coefficient of determinant, which is r squared, and that's 1 square, which the answer is what? Is 1. So that's how to do that. Now, I would love to just venture into the calculator aspect. Yeah, the calculator aspect. But before I venture into the calculator aspect, let me give you one more. Now, the next one is, we are given this data, x, y. Let me see, you are given 2, 4, 5, 8, and 11. Now, we have 9, we have 12, we have 8, we have 7, we have 4. Now, we have the xy. Let's find the xy. We have the x square. We have the y square. Now, the x square here, that will be 2 times 9, that's 18. 4 times 12, that's 48. That will give us 40. 8 times 7 will give us 56. 11 times 4 will give us 44. Now, we have the summation as well. Now, the summation of this, since we are using the uppercase, what's x square? X square, that's 2 times 2 square here will be 4. 4 square will be 16. 5 square will be 25. Then 8 square will be 64. 11 square will be 121. Then y square will be, that's 9 square, that's 81. 12 square, that's 144. Then 8 square will be 64. 7 square will be, that should be 49. Then 4 square will be 16. Now, what's the summation of all this? This xy should give us 206. This one should give us 230. This one should give us 354. Now, let us see. The formula for the correlation coefficient for the uppercase is n summation xy minus summation x summation y. Summation x here should give us 30. This should give us 40. Then all over, we have into brackets roots of 5 summation x square minus into bracket summation x all square. The root of, we have, n summation y square minus summation y all square. Then this becomes, what's the total number here? That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. Summation xy, that's 206 minus summation x is 30. Then summation y, that's 40. Then we now have over root of, we have n to be 5. So bracket summation x square, that's 230. We have 230 minus summation x, which is 30, all square. It's bracket square root of, we still have n to be 5, to bracket summation y square. Y square is 354. So we have 354 minus summation y, which is 40. So 40 all square. So the answer here will now be, if you press it very well, we have 0.825. You don't know how to press? Let's go. You press your fraction button, we have 5, into bracket 206, close bracket minus, we have 30, into bracket, we have 40, come down, we have into bracket root of, that's 5 into bracket, the summation x, that's 230, close bracket, minus, so bracket summation x, which is 30, so close bracket all square, come down, or come to the back, then close the bracket, open the bracket, we have root of, the number is 5, to bracket summation y, that's 354, close bracket, minus, we have summation y, which is into the bracket of 40, close the bracket, square, then come to the back here, you close the general bracket, then press equals to, let's express, we have minus, so that's we have it to be minus 0.825, approximately minus 0.825. And what's your r square? That is coefficient of determinant. So the r square, minus times minus will be plus. So now have it to be 0.68, 0.68 approximately. Now to now use, let's solve using the calculator method. Let me start from the first question and to the last question. Don't forget, the first question is this. If you have to solve this one to find the correlation coefficient of all this, don't forget what we got here. We got the value here to be 0.97 and r squared to be 0.94. So if you want to do this, you press your mode, you go to start, that's number 3, go to 2, then input all the x. We have 1 equals to, we have 2 equals to, we have 3 equals to, press mode, press your start, go to number 2, 1 equals to, we have 2 equals to, we have 3 equals to, we have 4 equals to. Then go to the top here under y. Let's insert for the y. 1 equals to, we have 4 equals to, we have 9 equals to, we have 16 equals to. Now press your AC. When you press AC, you press shift and the button of start here. Then go to regression, that's number 5. Go to number 3, which is r, then press equals to. Now can you see you have 0.98, approximately 0.984. 0.984. Yeah, if you check the data very well, we are very much correct. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 4, 9, and 16. Yes, that's for the what? For the lowercase. And we want to do for the what? For the r square as well. That will be r square. That's the answer you got here, square, which is you press equals to, that will give you the value. Don't forget, it's because of the approximation issue. Let's go for the uppercase. Let's go for the uppercase. Let's solve for this. You have this. You press your mode. You go to start. Then go to your, that's your number 2. So let's insert for this. We have 2 equals to, we have 4 equals to, we have 5 equals to, we have 8 equals to, we have 11 equals to. Now come to, you press down one direction and come to under y. Now under the y here, what are the values of the y? The first value, we have 9 equals to, we have 12 equals to, we have 8 equals to, we have 7 equals to, we have 4 equals to. Press AC. When you press AC, then you go to the question. Question is to find the correlation coefficient. Then press shift, start here, go to reg, then your r is number 3, then press equals to. We have minus 0.825 approximately. That's the answer, minus 0.825. They can have answer square for the coefficient of determinant. That'll give you 0.68, which is this. Now the second one we solved earlier. I'm still coming back to the one of the lowercase. Now the second question we solved earlier, which is this, that we got 1. So let us see if this one is also correct. We have the start, number 2. Let's insert. We have 1 equals to, we have 2 equals to, 3 equals to, 4 equals to, then 5 equals to for the x. Then come to under y. We have 5 equals to, we have 7 equals to, we have 9 equals to, we have 11 equals to, and we have 13 equals to. press a C. Then press shift start, go to reg, and number 3 for the correlation coefficient. Press equals to. The answer is what? Is 1. Can you see the answer is 1? Now can you see we can have 1 square, we still give us what? 1 for the coefficient of what? Of determinant. Now this is how to solve the correlation coefficients under what? The correlation coefficients under what's it called it? Under your calculator, on your calculator rather, to solve on your calculator. Now even this first one, if you want to do this, there's a way we do this. And what is it? Now you could see that we are given the value of what? We are given the value of small letter of y. Now if you want to insert, you are going to insert in a different way for us to get this. Now because your calculator gave us capital letter y, capital letter x, that's what we have on the calculator here. And that's the reason why it's not be able to solve. So all you need to do is that